From Cameroon, Joel Embiid.
When you look at who's dominating the league, it's really all big men.
Joel Embiid with a ferocious play.
Whether it's Giannis,
Straight train to the rim.
Jokic.
Joker, man, that's large.
As long as the big man wins, we're going to be fine.
If you didn't know, the big men are back. Joel Embiid clinched the NBA scoring title yesterday, even though he didn't play. Embiid averaged 30.6 points this season and is the first center to win the title since Shaquille O'Neal in 99-2000. Embiid edged out Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 29.9, who also didn't play in the Bucks finale. Big Perk back with us, but Stephen A., I'll start with you. Is Joel Embiid the MVP?
Kendrick Perkins is going to kill me over this.
Oh, boy.
I have a vote, Kendrick Perkins. I voted on everything but the MVP. I still ain't turned in my vote yet. I can't make up my mind. I got until damn near midnight tonight. I still haven't turned in my vote. I'm that perplexed over this. Kendrick Perkins, I don't blame anybody who picks any of these four. Embiid, Jokic, Giannis, and Booker. Obviously, Luka is up in there as well. But I think about Giannis, most dominant force in the game. When you look at Embiid, most talented, when you consider what he can do on both ends of the floor and how phenomenal he has been. Even though I do look at the blowout loss to Brooklyn, the loss on his home court to Brooklyn and Denver, that does count against him a little bit because you're in that MVP chase. And obviously, Jokic was there as well, even though he had good numbers that game, but Denver won that particular game in Philly. I look at Jokic and what he has done without Jamal Murray, what he has done without Michael Porter Jr., the numbers that he's put up, 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists, just phenomenal. And I look at Devin Booker. It's a damn shame. 27-5-5. Best record in basketball. 47 games over 500. 12-3 without CP3. You know, but I also look at the fact that knowing the race is tight, KP, you sat out the last couple of games. That matters when you're chasing that MVP and you know the race is that tight. I'm going to make my vote in the next few hours, but I got to admit, I go back and forth every 5 minutes on one or the other. That's how close it is for me.
Well, I ain't never known you to be scared. That's the first thing. Second of all, look, I got to vote. I got to vote as well, and I voted already. And let me help you. Let me persuade you over to the Joel Embiid side of the MVP candidate race, okay? This is why I voted for Joel Embiid. Forget the fact that he won the scoring title, the last center to do it with Shaquille O'Neal, who, by the way, won the MVP. Forget the fact that Ben Simmons quit on him at the beginning of the season, and he had to say, you know what, let's go to war in a tougher conference and make noise and still finish a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference with all those powerhouses that's over there. Forget the fact that you acquired James Harden because of your play, and when James Harden get there, James Harden tends to struggle, and now you have to carry him too. Look, here's the thing. The 76ers had no room for Joel Embiid to play bad. And why I say that is because when you look at the East, Stephen A., the 76ers finished 51-31. They finished 4th in the Eastern Conference. The 10th seed, who is the Charlotte Hornets, is 43-39. They're 4 games over 500. So let me move you over to the Western Conference. The Denver Nuggets finished 48-34. The 10th seed, who's by the way is the San Antonio Spurs, they finished 34-48, meaning they're 14 games under 500. Meaning Jokic and the Nuggets had some wiggle room because they're in the weaker conference. I'm not knocking Jokic, but all I'm saying is what Joel Embiid had to do in the East and overcome his superstar caliber counterpart and Ben Simmons quitting on him and having to go to war with him.
I agree.
Without him, with the guys he had to
All of
lead.
that I thought
and
about.
now James Harden get there and he's struggling. Well, I want you to continue to struggle and don't lose track and start getting scared on me, bro. Like, I ain't never known you to be scared. I want you to pencil it in and submit it.
Well, first of all, I want to get it right, and I want the right person to win the MVP. That's all I mean by that. But secondly, I'm gonna bite a line from Don King. When I asked him years ago, I said, "You complaining so much, Don King, you should retire." He said, "You know what, Stephen A? From your lips to God's ears, I think I'm gonna think about that." That's what he said to me, and I'm gonna think about that. From your lips to God's ears, I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna listen to that argument that you made about Joel Embiid, an argument that I have on his behalf, by the way, in all honesty. And it is a tough struggle, but here's why it's also tough.
Oh, it's not.
Devin Booker.
No.
We have barely mentioned him and his greatness and the greatness of the Phoenix Suns. I can't ignore it. All I'm saying is I might vote for Embiid. I might not. I got a few more hours, and I'm going to use it before I make my
It's very
decision.
easy to make decisions in life. You go with your first mind, your gut reaction. Have you ever read
Right.
Blink by Malcolm Gladwell?
I don't give a damn about Blink with Malcolm Gladwell. I respect
Well, it's
him,
an
but I don't
exceptional book,
give
because
a damn
clearly you
about
struggle with decision
So
making.
what? I
You
struggle
know
with
you
this
want.
decision.
You want to
With
go
this
with Devin
decision.
Booker. You want to go with Devin Booker. You've been talking about just go with Devin Booker.
Well,
and
listen,
be done
listen.
with it.
I didn't
and
struggle
stop
with.
trying to
I
talk
didn't-
your way
I
into
didn't-
Joel
I didn't-
Embiid when
I
you want to
didn't-
go with Book.
I didn't struggle with the decision, and I'm committed to trying to find out what the hell Ben Simmons did to hurt his back. I didn't struggle with the decision to try to figure out why the hell
I'm
Matisse
trying to
Thybulle got
figure out.
one shot
You
instead of the
did.
two.
Okay.
I didn't struggle with the decision that you look nice today and
Thank
you
you.
upped your game because you usually got on Nurse Betty boots. I didn't struggle with the decision to put on this blazer and think that I'm pretty damn fly in
Okay,
it.
Roy Williams.
Okay?
All right,
I
let's
didn't
leave it
sit up
here.
there and do
Leave it
that.
here.
I mean, in this particular decision, I'm struggling with it right now. I'm struggling with it, right? That's what I'm dealing with right now. At the very least, in the playing game. They're playing tomorrow. Book it. They're playing tomorrow or later on this week if Anthony Davis is on the court. Regardless of all the troubles they had, they're playing in this game because that's how impactful and great Anthony Davis is. The fact is, you haven't been healthy, and there are people who question what level of commitment he gives to his strength and conditioning during the offseason to prepare it. There are guys, and I was saying this to this wonderful person that I had dinner with last night when we were talking about this stuff. There are guys who get ready, and then there are guys who stay ready.
Yeah.
LeBron James stays ready.
Yeah.
Floyd Money Mayweather stays ready. Kobe, God rest his soul, stayed ready. Okay? Michael Jordan stayed ready. And then you have people who show up when it's time to get ready.
I get it.
But they haven't been living
Yeah.
like they stay ready. Anthony Davis is one of those guys that looks like he's getting ready as opposed to somebody who stays ready as it pertains to his conditioning and his strength. And that is why people question his durability. It's the only question anybody has labeled in his direction. But it is a legitimate question, and you have to live with that because we have history right in front
No,
of us.
he
to
missed
show
42
he's injury
games this
prone.
season, which is half of the season. Yeah, Big Perk. I was staying ready when I was in the gym 5 a.m. this morning. Your thoughts?
I hear that.
Yeah, Molly. That's how you got to do it. I wasn't though. I wasn't staying.
I
ready.
wasn't. Neither
gotta
was
get
I.
ready. All
Neither was I. I was asleep.
4:30, the alarm went off, and I said, Molly,
I was asleep.
Yeah.
are you going to be average?
Kendrick Perkins and I are trying to work on that James Harden diet. That's what we want to. We want to work on the James Harden diet. You be in the gym, we gonna work on the James Harden diet.
Let me just
Now,
say,
that brother
let
got
me just
ripped in
say-
2 weeks.
Let me just say one thing real quick, though. If you work out in the morning, there's no excuses. I find if you wait till the end of the day, there's always an excuse not to do it. That's why I get up in the morning.
Very
to do it.
inspirational, man.
Whatever. Go ahead,
It's
Perk.
true.
Go ahead, Perk.
That's a great point. You know what? I do think the pairing of LeBron James and Anthony Davis could bring a title back. I really do. Look, LeBron James, at the age of 37, averaged 30 points a night. He's still giving these young boys in the league that work. And if Anthony Davis, and I get it, Stephen A., it's a big if because of his history, you know, as far as his injuries and things of that nature. But if AD